Before we get to today's game, I want to read this brief statement from our team. This week, we took some time to research and learn about some of the women who have come before us at GW, who played in the Smith Center, or studied in Gelman, or lived in Madison Hall, and have gone on to do some truly great things. Deep down, all of us aspire to find greatness in some way in our lives. We have felt so inspired by the women of GW, the women of the WNBA, and all women who have paved the way to show us that we can be anything, we can do anything, and that nothing can hold us back. When women lift up and inspire other women, we all win.
All right, we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, hi. So my first question would be, the team still seems to have difficulty when it comes to three-point shooting. How will the team work through this patch where shots are falling?
Just by getting in the gym every day and working on what we need to work on. I think that our focus right now is just focusing on the little things and getting better each day, day by day. So we're just going to get in the gym and keep working on that.
The team faced a scoring drought to end the first and start the second quarter. How did the team turn things around in the last minutes of the half to come within possession?
I think we're really feeding off of our defense and the intensity and all of the energy in the gym, and feeling really good about that. And then just finding open shots and running off of each other and just playing in a flow.
When the team went down 11 heading into the fourth quarter and Nila hit that shot at the end of the frame, what was the conversation and the game plan for the fourth quarter?
We just had to keep fighting back and get the shots that we needed to get and to be smart and to play great defense.
How can the team continue to turn its aggressive defense into more offense?
Can you repeat the question, please?
How can the team continue to turn its aggressive defense into more offense?
I think just by getting steals and pressuring the ball, and that leads to transition points and easy buckets. So just getting that momentum and that energy from aggressive defense will definitely get us some good shots in offense.
And my last question, with NCR 3 start to conference play, what can the team change or improve on to getting back to the win column?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. With a 0-3 start to the conference play, what can the team change or improve on to get back in the win column?
Like I said earlier, we're just going to keep working on what we need to work on every day and getting better each day, and then everything will fall into place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Neil.
Oh, that's
Yep, you're good.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions.
I'm a little shorter than Neela, so. Thank you guys for being here. I know Neela touched a little bit upon our Women's Empowerment Week, and I was really proud of the research and the videos the kids put out. But, I'm also just really proud of how hard they fought today. It hasn't been an easy week here in DC. I mean, as you guys know, it's GW students that we tend to be in the middle of things. And I had a lot of people reach out to ask if we were okay or we were safe. The answer to that physically is, yeah, we're safe. We're far enough removed, and campus security and police were, well prepared to make sure that our student athletes were secure. But we're not always okay mentally and emotionally. So, this was a big game. It's always fun to play Dayton, but I know these guys have a lot on their minds, so I'm just trying to make sure they keep fighting and not worry so much about what our record is or how many shots we're missing, because I just think it's really important that we don't just wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts or put it on our court, but we stand for what's right, and we, condemn the actions of the rioters over the week, and we continue to elevate our student athletes, and especially our Black student athletes, and stand by them and fight for them and let them know that, they will always matter, not just while they're at GW, but for the rest of my life. So I'm, just proud of the kids in general for staying together as a group and, making sure that they had each other's back. I think there's a lot of people in the country that wonder whether we should even be making them play, but they need this. They need the break. They need the physical exertion, and they need to have their family around them, their second family around them, to support them through these times. So this isn't just about COVID or making kids play through COVID. This is about them being with their second family and feeling more secure that they have people that are always going to support who they are as human beings. So, I know we've got a lot to work on. I know you guys have questions for me basketball wise, but I just want to make it clear that there's nothing that we can't fix on the basketball court when we can continue to work as hard and stay as together as we stayed and support each other, regardless of the color of the skin of the players on our team. We've continued to stand for what's right this entire season.
All right, we'll take questions.
Yeah, so my first question would be, as Gabby gets more games under her belt, how can she emerge as a three-point threat for the GW as the season progresses?
Yeah. Well, anybody can emerge as a three-point threat if they can make some threes. So we're hoping that we can continue to work her in, work Sydney back in, and get Maddie and Faith going. These are guys that I watch every day make shot after shot in practice. So it's just about one of these games seeing a bunch go in for us. It's not about technique. It's not about the fact that they're not shooting as like extra shots every day. It's not that they don't want to make them. It's just finding that one game where we can break through a little bit and have everybody kind of relax about our perimeter shooting, because it will certainly help as we're struggling to score against some of the better defensive teams in the league if we can have a little bit better balance from the outside and inside.
What does it mean to have some Broda back in the lineup?
Oh, it's nice. It's just like another option. She's a tough kid. She's been eager to play. And, unfortunately, she hasn't played basketball in 3 months. So I knew there would be some rust there. And, she needs that game time and game experience to work through that. But she's a competitor, and she's been invested in our team. She's been our, loudest and biggest advocate on the bench over the last 8 games. So I know she's ready, and I wanted to kind of make sure I got her in there sporadically today to get her legs going, to get a little bit of that rust off. And I'm very confident that as these next couple weeks go by, she'll get back into her form.
How does the lower percentages from three affect the offensive plan for the season?
Well, honestly, like our offensive plan is make sure we're just continuing to get good shots. I'm happy with our, assist to turnover ratio today. It means that we were deliberate about taking care of the ball and valuing possessions. We don't want to necessarily shoot a ton of threes if we don't have to, but this game called for us to, there was a lot of open opportunities that we missed out on. But we still want to throw the ball in the post. We still want to make sure, Neela and Allie have continued to be threats for us. Allie needs to continue to grow as a player and get those opportunities to play against physical players like at Fordham and Dayton. They're really going to beat her up down there, and she needs to learn how to play through it. And she still managed to have 8 points in 16 minutes. So we don't want to not shoot the three. We want to be selective, but we want to, if you're a good shooter and you're open, you got to be able to take it, because that's going to continue to help us open up things inside.
What was the plan to defend against Giacconi and Bradshaw?
Well, honestly, we talked a little bit about Gianconi having a really good game against George Mason on Friday night, and that she kind of got herself going. But we keyed hard on Whalen. I thought we did a good job, other than the one possession where she got an open look in transition. We did a really good job of making sure we found her in man and zone. And Bradshaw's a tough check. She's a veteran, fifth-year player that knows how to find her offense, but also she does a great job of distributing the ball. So I wish we had been able to take advantage a little bit more when she went out of the game. But we couldn't seem to, score, and she just does a really good job of keeping them organized. Like I said, getting them easy baskets, and she's hard to defend. She's hard to trap at the end. She's hard to get to turn it over. She's just a really tough player that their offense and defense runs through.
The team was on the floor diving for balls and
Yeah.
taking charges. Could you talk about the team's toughness on the defensive end today?
Yeah, I like I said earlier, I was just proud of them for a lot of reasons, and that's one of them. Like we've never, given up. We've never had quit in us. Our bench energy was phenomenal for 40 straight minutes. They were really happy for each other and the effort that they put into, the basketball game. And things don't always go your way, but I feel like, I've coached teams in the past that they kind of start to feel sorry for themselves when things don't go their way. That's not this team. I might have to call a timeout here and there, but every time I do, they respond. They know they're like I said, Jasmine's been a leader for us this year in more ways than one, and one of them is hustle points. Like she is going to help find a way. She's going to compete with every single person she's matched up with. She's going to, battle post player. She's going to pick up point guard. She's going to get us rebounds, take charges. But there was multiple people on the floor today for a lot of loose balls. So that's the kind of team I want to coach. So I'm really trying hard to not focus too much on the numbers, focus too much on the record. Every coach wants to win. We all want to win. But I want to coach a team that I'm proud of, and this team makes me really proud. So I can walk away today feeling like a winner because of the young women that I got to coach for the last 2 hours.
With the game against St. Louis postponed, how did the team use the week-long span between the games? How did that affect the team?
It's good and bad. We got more practice opportunity, but they want to play. They want to play the games. We need game experience. So sometimes, no matter how much you practice, you're only going to figure things out when you're in those game scenarios. So it's also our only home game in this stretch. Today's our only home game until January 29th. So the league didn't do us any favors. They actually kind of screwed us, putting us on the road 7 of our first 9 games, and then 1 of those home games gets canceled. So we're essentially going to have to just continue to fight. And you know what? We can be the underdog if we want to, but we're going to keep fighting. Home or away, doesn't matter to me. I want to coach this team. I want us to be ready. So losing a home game this weekend was tough for us, but we got to play a bunch of games in the next 2 weeks. The schedule, like I said, is not tough, not easy for us. Not only are we on the road for the next 5 games, but we have to play them all in like a 9 or 10 day span. So we're going to get that game experience we've been craving. We just need to make sure we're ready for it.
And finally, with a 0-3 start to conference play, what can the team change or improve on to get back into the win column?
I don't know that there's a whole lot to change. Obviously, we want to continue to get better. We want to keep our energy and toughness at a high level. We want to continue to minimize some of our defensive mistakes, and we want to be better rebounding, right? Offensively, I think we've been doing a good job of growing and finding ways to get good looks. Like I said, 8 turnovers against a team like Dayton is really, really good. So our execution was good. We just got to be able to finish plays. There's no easy game in the A10, but there's certainly teams like Fordham and Dayton that play really, really physical, and that can be tough matchups. So we got to make sure we take advantage of some of these games coming up. They'll be different. They'll be hard, different challenges, and challenges in a different way for us. They'll be all on the road. But some of those styles might work better for us. So I'm not going to focus too much on our record. I want to make sure we just keep getting better every day, and we use these game experiences to find a way to win. It's not about what we're getting better at. It's mentally like having that. We were on the road 2 games last weekend, and we were up with 5 minutes or less to go in the game. So find a way to finish games, put ourselves in a situation to win, put ourselves in a position to win, and then find a way to do it. And that's, on me to continue to prepare them. I loved our execution at the end of the game today. We worked a lot on that. I thought we got some really good shots without having to call a timeout. And that's something that we're trying to get better at. So I got to make sure I always have them prepared.